Hey, good morning, up and at 'em. Yes, it is. It is Monday, February 24th. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, this is the weekday, so we got to kind of go back to business, right? And what I was thinking about over the weekend was why do so many people fail at business compared to the ones that succeed? Is it built into us? Are we unique individuals? Hang tight. Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, and yes, this is the weekday. Today is Wednesday, February 24th of 2025. Now, why is it some people succeed and more so a lot more don't? Is it because we are great at what we do? Are we different? Is our makeup, our chemical makeup different that makes us where we succeed at things? Do you want my answer? And I think it's the correct one. Is no, we're not special. We're not even close to being special. We have just cracked the code. And what is the code when it comes to succeeding in life at anything you do? Is one, understanding the task at hand, and then plotting a way to get to it. And we played the long game. See, so many people need instant gratification of I start my business and then I expect it to be rolling in cash in the first year. And that's just not how it works. And the ones that do succeed at business understand that. They understand that they have to give it their all, but they also have to give it their all in certain areas, not all areas. I've talked over and over again about finding out what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are, and then either you have to, depending on how much money you got, the more money you got, the better you can hire people to do those jobs for you. Or the less money you have, the more time you're going to have to spend figuring it out. So time is money, right? Or money is time, however you want to look at it. But we've done an honest assessment of ourselves, of what our strengths are and what our weaknesses are. And we've decided to work on our weaknesses because we can't afford to hire somebody else. Now, you have to understand when you go that route, it's going to take a little longer because you're in the learning phase, right? You've got an experienced person over here that probably could knock it out in a hurry, but you can't afford them. So you're going to have to figure out how to do it, right? Because you can't afford to pay him. But during that infancy, when that business is getting started, you don't need a lot of people. You've got time to learn this stuff. And I equate it to my walk yesterday. Yesterday I decided I was going to walk from the house to the shop. And it's roughly about a mile and a half. Enough from the house to the shop. So I put on 2 layers of clothes, my work boots, my hat. I had my jacket had a hoodie, and so did my sweatshirt had a hoodie, so I put both them up and off I went. Now, what I found was if I concentrated on the end goal, which is the shop, right? Reaching the shop, I started having a lot of self-doubt move in. But if I concentrated on just one more step, I could keep going. Does that make any sense? Because every step that I went, I came that much closer to reaching the shop. And yes, I stopped a few times along the way. But I finally kept pushing myself one more step until I got to the halfway point. And then I said to myself, Eric, you got two choices. You can either continue on and go to the shop, or you can go home. You're at the halfway point. What are you going to do? My goal was to reach the shop. So off I went again, one step at a time. It may have taken me 45 minutes to an hour, but I finally reached my goal. Did I have to push through the self-doubt and the pain? Yes. But that's the same thing you do in business. You have a lot of self-doubt. People that become successful in business doubt themselves all the time. And if they don't, they're narcissistic, egotistical. And they usually get too wrapped up in themselves, their business fails anyways. But no, we all have self-doubt. We all have what we feel is the furthest that we can go. But then we go one more foot at a time, one more step at a time. That's all you can do. And then next thing you know, you realize how truly amazing you are because you've reached your goal. My case, it was a shop, but I had to do it one step at a time and keep pushing. And when the pain got so bad in my calves, I stopped. That's the difference in business. It's the people that recognize that they can't look at the whole and have to take it in bites, one step at a time. And if you can do that, if you can get that ingrained in your head and understand that the payoff takes the time and effort you need to put in, then you will succeed and you will be truly amazing. See, many people don't realize how amazing they really are because they get to that point of where it becomes painful or too much and they stop. And I find that most of them that do that are trying to look at the end game, like in a football game. Instead of looking at the end zone for a touchdown, you have to look at it 1 yard at a time. And there's times in your life that you're going to have to look at it as 1 inch at a time. But as long as you have forward momentum, you're gaining ground. And that's how you're going to find out how truly amazing you really are. That I'm not special, Amos is not special, Jason is not special. It's how we applied ourselves and how we were able to push by the pain and the self-doubt. So the question to you is, can you do that? Are you equipped to do that? Because so many are taught into this disbelief, in my eyes, of you're not good enough. You're going up against the odds, and the odds don't look good. We talked about that 5-second rule in your head, where your brain is telling you, you come up with a good idea and a plan, and with 5 to 10 seconds, your brain is already in self mode of where it's going to talk you out of it. It's going to tell you every reason not to do it for self-preservation. That's the brain's job. But that first 5 to 10 seconds that you think of something and you think it will fly, that's the one you go with. That's the correct answer. Go with your gut. Don't let your brain talk you out of it. And I'm not saying to go put yourself in harm's way, not even close. We're talking business and taking a chance on yourself and pushing through self-doubt and pain. I'm not saying jump out of perfectly good airplanes without a parachute. That's asinine. You got to use common sense, all right? But if you're in self-preservation mode all the time, you will never accomplish the things that you were truly meant to accomplish. What's the difference between an enlisted Army person and Special Forces? Special Forces guys find they can dig deeper. Regular enlisted just do the basics. You see where I'm coming from? Anybody can do this. It's just how much you apply yourself, how much pain you can endure. And it doesn't have to be physical pain. It could be mental pain. Working for a year without a paycheck. A lot of people can't do it. So you do it on the side while you have a regular paying job. Takes you a little longer, yes. But every year that passes, as long as you're going ahead and moving closer to the end goal, gets you that much closer to succeeding. Today's not going to be a long video. I was walking yesterday and bringing the skid steer back. Sore, I overslept a little bit, which is good. But you have to believe in yourself. You can't let other people tell you what you can and can't do in life and whether you're good enough. That comes from within. That comes with believing in yourself. I believe in you. But in the end, you have to believe in yourself. So on that note, you guys have a great Monday. Today we're doing roll calls, and then I got to go out an hour's drive to sign paperwork for my taxes for the business. But today's a good day because you got out of bed, right? All right. See you first thing bright and early tomorrow morning.